Focus to the IT sector, Q2 was in line quarter that we saw coming in for the sector with moderate deal wins. Now, JM Financial believes that Trump's presidency will have limited impact on Indian IT service players. To discuss more of that, we're joined by Abhishek Kumar, IT Research Analyst at JM Financial Institutional Securities this morning. Thank you so much for joining in with us, Abhishek, and very good morning to you. So let me start by what you're talking about, right? Trump, you don't see much of an impact coming in on that. But since the announcement has come in that Trump has won, this election, we've seen that run-up coming in for the IT pack. And IT this year has been doing well. What are your thoughts overall going forward in terms of an outlook?
Yeah, hi. Good afternoon, and thanks for having me here. So yeah, you're right. We believe, Trump's presidency will have limited impact. There are two aspects, where Trump can impact IT services. One on the supply side, where there could be higher restrictions on H-1B, L-1 kind of visas. But there, our analysis suggests that most of the players have significantly localized their resources in US, and therefore they are relatively immune to any increased scrutiny, etc., on these visas. That's one. I think second is on demand itself. So Trump is seen as pro-growth. He's talking about corporate tax rate cut from 21 to 15%. Last time he cut from 35% to 21%, and we had seen, an increase in S&P earning, after that. So if that were to happen, again, earnings in S&P can go up, which generally has strong correlation with IT services demand. So that could be slightly positive, for the demand in general. So yeah, I think neutral to positive is how I would put it, Trump's impact on IT services.
Okay. So Abhishek, what do you think is propelling IT names now, and what would your take be in mid caps versus large caps versus some of these ERND plays? Because we've seen them run up a lot in this month itself. Is it completely what's happened with US elections, or there are some tailwinds that we are seeing now?
So I think, near term Q3 we know, is a furlough heavy quarter, seasonally soft, and I think nothing has changed on that front. Some of the run up is also because there was a pullback in most of the stocks despite a decent Q2, and with some clarity emerging both on rate cuts and presidency debate behind us. Clients can also look at next year's budget with some sort of clarity that generally bodes well for the demand. And the setup, I think in general is looking better compared to the same time last year when clients might be setting up their budgets for 2025. This time, setup is better. BFSI, we have already started to see some green shoots in discretionary spend, which generally is a precursor for, demand in other sectors. So yeah, I think some pullback, rate cut and presidency uncertainty behind us, and some green shoots in BFSI are some of the reasons why stocks are doing well.
Right. Abhishek, just a word in terms of mid-cap ITs, large-cap ITs, second half of the year of FY25, or when we look much more forward in FY26, where do you see the moves coming in from? Do you think large-cap ITs are going to be participating a bit more in the moves?
Yeah, so let me break your question in two parts. If we have to just look at second half of this year, I think mid caps should do well. And when we talk about mid cap, it has to be a lot more bottom up. And both Persistent and Coforge, they are doing well, very execution focused companies. And I think they will continue to outperform larger caps in terms of growth, and that should reflect in the stock performance as well. But we look at, FY26 and beyond, I think with discretionary spending coming back, some of the large deals which were probably putting some pressure on margins for large caps will stabilize. So large caps should come back. So I think, if you were to ask me today in FY26, I think large cap performance should be slightly better. But near term, yes, I think mid cap will continue to do better than large caps.
All right, take that point, Abhishek. Thank you so much for joining in today and giving us all your take on what's the outlook looking like for the IT space going forward. We'll step into a short break. Kapil Makhija from Unicommerce will join in to discuss the Q2 performance and the outlook going forward. Stay tuned.